Okay, so I think I'm about as far as I care to go on this. I'm going to take a look at it here so I can get this to focus. So there's the land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I haven't lapped the barrel out. What I did was I dropped this as a let's see, Thompson Center. This is a these Maxi Hunter. It's kind of a hollow point. 350. I bought them for my the Hawken I have, but it never shot them well. So they've just been sitting around for a while. But what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lap this out. This fit pretty good in there. It dropped down to the I believe the way they make these bullets is with the forward band is the largest diameter, so they're a little easier to start. Let's see. It's like 502 there, and then it's bigger there. So they're easy to start into the bore. Anyway, I'm considering turning this little barrel blank into a something of a muzzle loading Derringer, at least a firing example. So I'll give it a sort of a receiver. I was thinking about the design yesterday. I use a percussion cap, and even if I don't make it a hand firing example, what I thought about doing was putting I got an extra scope laying around up there. What I can do is a little bit of accuracy testing and shoot these bullets out of it. But it's about, I don't know, it's just about 4 inches, a little over 4 inches long. I'm gonna lap it out. I've got some lapping compound here. What I did for this was, after I got it down in there, I had a copper rod from each end, and I hammered it to swage it out to the bore. But I'm going to measure it here. It's about 5'10". Groove diameter is about 5'10". It's pretty consistent all the way around. So that's that. If I can measure from land to land, here's one here. From land to land. 500 there. Let's see, from here, go from this one to here to here. 490. So I don't know. It's actually pretty consistent. It's I'm gonna take it out of there. Let's see. I'm going to take the barrel out. I'm done cutting on it. I'm just going to lap it with probably a couple of lead balls and put some lapping compound and then tap it through back and forth at first. If that doesn't work, what I'll do is I'll actually put a threaded rod that fits my cleaning rod, and then work it back and forth by hand that way. Maybe pour the lead in and like kind of hot cast it right into the bore. I've done that before, but once I take this out of here, I'm kind of committed to being done. So I guess I could probably line it back up, but I've gone far enough, I believe. So I take it out and we'll look at it a little bit. Get it wiped off. Bear with me a minute. Let's see. Okay. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, move that. It appears a little rough here. When I lap it out, a lot of it will come out, I think. These, let's see. So this was the muzzle, and this is the way, this is the end. This end here is the end that the cutter came out of, and this is not really rifled all the way back on this end because that cutting edge stopped just inside here. So, and what I had originally planned for this cutter, I can get something to draw in here. I don't recall how wide I originally intended to make the lands and grooves, but what I ended up doing was rather than cutting, let's see, rather than cutting, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 4, 5, 6. I should set this down. What I got? 2, 3, 4. There we go. Anyway, rather than having these square bottom grooves, what I was looking for was more of a rounded bottom like this. And that way, what we would see would be a little more faint. There's a flat, a groove, a land, and a groove. So rather than these real sharp rifling, what we would see is the rounded bottom. And the reason for that is filing doesn't have those edges. Black powder filing doesn't have those edges to get down in. A little harder for it to follow. That was the thinking. But couple things, couple notes. It's harder to keep that really sharp looking rifling with this type. It's when I run a patch through it, I could tell that. Let's see, I'll do it right now. But I can tell that it's grabbing because come from this side. If we watch that line, you can see that line. This line here, follow. And keep in mind, this is just a this is a 1 in 20 twist or thereabouts. So in this 4-inch barrel, we're only going to get a 1/5 of a turn. So that's that. I'll lap it on a little bit and come back and show that. And then I'm really thinking about moving on. Maybe I can shoot these, make kind of a test platform out of it and shoot some of these for accuracy and see how well it does. But you get the idea. This can be done by hand. It's a little tedious. Let's see some other things. I made this real quick. This as far as this the jig and fixture took me I don't know, maybe 1.5 hours I spent on this thing. 2 hours at the most. So I was struggling with the alignment as I clocked this fixture, or as I clocked the cutter around. Get the cutter here. So this has one position in the jig, but this has 6 positions of alignment here. And you want some play in between here, or at least some play where the system doesn't bind up as you push it through. And special attention should be directed at making sure that this whole system is concentric. Each piece is concentric to the travel of this jig, and the barrel, the way the barrel's held, is concentric, so that as you work through in each on each flat, like on this hex, that you get the same side loading as you push this tool through. It helps with consistency. I mean, it doesn't seem like it turned out bad. I was looking at one of these lands does not, one of these lands just doesn't look as prominent as the other, but when I look at the bullet here, I got all 6. So I'm pretty happy with that. They seem, for the most part, the same width. The lands and grooves. I'm gonna lap it out, and I'll come back and show what it looks like then.